In this video, we are going to look at the forest ecosystem as a type of ecosystem. Now let's define the term ecosystem. Ecosystem refers to the interaction of all organisms with each other in the environment they are living. So ecosystems have different types, and some of them are forest ecosystem, desert ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, and aquatic ecosystem. As mentioned earlier, that in this video we are going to look at the forest ecosystem. So now let's look on the forest ecosystem. So forest ecosystem, it is an ecosystem in which it is comprises of forest and resources. And in addition to that, the forest consists of renewable resource and the actual resources. And in this forest, we can find trees, shrubs, herbs, timber, and even some animals, insects, microorganisms, and birds. And these are most important interacting units of the forest ecosystem. Furthermore, the forest ecosystem provides natural habitat to plenty of plants and different animals. Let's look on the types of forest ecosystem. Forest ecosystem has different types, namely tropical forest ecosystem, temperate evergreen forest ecosystem, and deciduous forest ecosystem. Let's look on the first type of the forest ecosystem, which is the tropical forest ecosystem. Tropical forest ecosystem is also known as tropical rainforest. And tropical forest ecosystem, this is the forest ecosystem having many of plants and organisms, and it obviously receives heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall in this type of forest ecosystem, it may lead to poor quality of soil due to lack of the nutrients. In addition to this, the vegetation of the tropical rainforest includes broadleaf trees that are very tall. Going to the second type of forest ecosystem, which is temperate evergreen forest ecosystem. Temperate evergreen forest ecosystem, it is the type of an ecosystem that has a smaller number of trees, but it has adequate number of ferns and mosses. Temperate forest ecosystem experience different seasons with variation in temperature. For example, in winter, the winter in the temperate forest experience temperature below the freezing point, while in the summer the temperature becomes very high with the high level of the humidity. In addition to that, the temperature forest provides the natural habitat to different animals such as black bears, coyotes, and some birds like owls. And in this habitat, they are where different organisms interact to each other. The third type of the forest ecosystem, which is deciduous forest ecosystem, it is simply described that it is the forest that shed off their broad leaves, which becomes bare in winter and develop again in the spring. And in addition to this type of ecosystem, we can find vertebrates and invertebrate animals, for example, reptiles and insects. Then let's look at the features of the forest ecosystem or the characteristics of the forest ecosystem. The first one is that soil contains organic matter. This means that the type of the soil that is found in the ecosystem, it is rich in it is an organic matter in which nutrients they are found there. They help in the growth of the trees and some plants. Secondly, forests support wild animals and protect biodiversity. Thirdly, forest system also maintains the climate and rainfall. Structure of forest ecosystem. There are two components, namely biotic and abiotic component. On the biotic component, we are referring to those living organisms which are producers, consumers, and decomposers. On the producers, we are referring to those animals that are able to make their own food. For example, algae. While on the consumer, we have primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumer. On the primary consumer, we have animals that rely on the producers so that they can survive. On the secondary consumer, these are animals that feed on the primary consumers. While tertiary consumers, they feed on the smaller ones. For example, fish, large fish can be able to feed on the smaller fish. A biotic component, we are trying to refer to the non-living things in an ecosystem like temperature, light. Those are falling under a biotic component. Finally, let's look at the functions of forest ecosystem. The first function of the forest ecosystem is that goods obtained from the forest, and finally we have ecological function. On the goods obtained from the forest is that different types of food products such as honey, fruits, and medical plants are being taken from these forests. In addition to that, ecological function as the function of system, the forest is able to maintain the ecological factors such as climate and rainfall.